Hi, how are you? It's Ching. So this is the part 2 of how to nurture energy in the meaningful movement, which I teach you the Qigong, and it's mean Qi. So it's from the traditional Chinese medicine. Remember the character Qi? On the part 1 I talk about is what? 3 things. There's 3 things to help you cultivate better energy, okay? So one is breathing and nutrition and exercise. So let's just start with the first part, right? The first focus is this oxygen. So the oxygen gives you, right, lots of awakening, right? Because your brain cell, every single cell in your body needs oxygen. So that's we call it cell food, right? The food for the cell here and nutrition. Nutrition is a little hard to talk about, so because you have to feel what works for you. I don't know you, so I try not to talk too much of it. But in my book, we'll give you more. Hopefully, will be published soon. And if you come to take workshop with me in my studio, we can talk about so we can figure out. And you need to go try, okay? Because you have to get to know. But the easier one to teach is breathing, because we all have the lungs, same thing, and diaphragm, so all your internal organ and the build up the same, right? So it's muscle too. I have a 650 skeletal muscle, so you do too. So it's easier to talk about movement, breathing. Nutrition is a little hard. That's why everybody's trying to talk about lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. So if you do your breathe properly, your mind's better, you have better positive thinking, you start care about your body, you start eating healthier stuff. There's so many books out there, right? The most important thing actually really work for everybody, I'm just gonna say once, is intermittent fasting. Don't eat too much. We don't have to eat so much, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you can, the easy one will be what? Right? At least 12 hours, right? That's during the sleep time. Okay, go to bed early, and stop eating. The easy thing to do, I say this clear. When the sun goes down, no more food. You can drink water, no more food. And then hopefully there's 12 hours for you at least. You wake up in the morning and you can skip breakfast, so even better. So it's 14 hours no food, up to 16 hours no food, and then so eating hour will be 8 hours or 6 hours, and gradually don't starve yourself right away, okay? So that's kind of called intermittent. So there's so much more to talk about. I'm not going to focus on that because I want to teach you breathing, right? It's called breathing. Part 2. The part 2 breathing is what I'm going to talk about is exhale. We learn how to inhale is through the nose. Exhale you can do through the mouth or the nose. Depends the situation. So breathing is a strategy. If you want to relax, yourself before you go to sleep, or you want to calm your mind to take yourself in the problem, and when it's not so terrible urgent, and you do the nose, okay? So because you can calm your mind a little better, so you can think better. So we're going to talk about exhale first today, and the inhale we've done already. Now I'll put it together. So I'm going to sit very tall first. You have to have a good posture to feel how it works, right? So the muscles, right, support the trunk, right, support your torso in the right place, so you can breathe the lung better. We talked about last week. We're gonna focus the exhale now, bring it back. Okay, so now put your thumb at the tummy, at the navel actually, your finger point down to your pubic bone. Okay, so this is what you can do. Make sure you pelvic upright, okay? You're gonna squeeze the pelvic floor a little bit. There's a muscle called a perineum muscle. When you squeeze your pelvic floor like you have to go, but you somewhere can find the bathroom. So you kind of hold it up a little bit. You can feel that energy up. As soon as you go up, it goes to the deepest layer of your abdominal muscle called the transverse. I gave a nickname called the first responder, so you can remember easy. You can feel that goes in. That's your core of the core muscle because that 4-layer abdominal muscle. So when you gentle squeeze the pelvic floor, that transverse goes in, your first responder goes in. Okay, so now we're gonna use that compress inward. So that 4-layer abdominal muscle, we all have 4-layer. Every time they contract, they compress inward. Why they do that? It's natural. I didn't make it up. It's in the book, okay? It's in the anatomy book. So now it goes inward. It helps your diaphragm push the carbon dioxide out through the nose or your mouth. If you want to feel the tummy muscle action more, want to feel the actions from the muscle more, you exhale through the mouth. So let's do the exhale through the mouth. So you go, okay, so you see, my tummy goes in. Yours too, should be. You go, and relax. So every time you try to make friend with that first responder, which is transverse abdominal, you just do 4 times. So your mouth is more like you're playing the flute. So your pursed lips go. Okay, relax. Catch your breath. Now we're gonna do the slower one, okay? So you ready? You have to inhale into the lungs. Don't go into tummy. Tummy right here. Stomach's right here is for food. And it digests the food, goes into small intestine, all this stuff. Okay, so you gotta breathe in the lungs. So here we go. Inhale. Exhale, I'm gonna do 2 times. Squeeze your pelvic floor, it's a lift. You pull your tummy in. Slowly, pursely blow it out. Inhale, you feel the lungs again. Exhale, pursely blow it out. Okay, we got out of the butt. So we're gonna play a couple tricks so you know what I'm talking about. Because we really putting the integrated traditional Chinese medicine and the Western science together, it works together, okay? So what happened is, for the traditional Chinese medicine, we talk about this area, okay, below the diaphragm. We call it the, special here below the navel, we call it the dantian. It means elixir field. So the false dantian is your abdominal muscle. There's 4 layers. So that's the rechargeable battery, because that's where the battery is. It charge up, right? If you plug in, it charge up. So for muscle to plug in is to move them. So this will charge up the energy. And guess what? You need to store the energy. You store it in the small intestine area. For girls, we kind of know. For women, right, we have ovaries. So that's where the C is. So this is your dantian elixir field, right? A field you cultivate. So if you put the seed will grow. Human, right? The baby will grow there. And so, but we need the seed comes in, fertilized with the field as a woman, right? So we can have baby, amazing life, right? So this is how amazing this body is. So that store that energy there, charge up good energy. And for the offspring, or for your fruit, or for the trees, right? So the seed is at the elixir field. So when I say rooting, you want to grow the root down to your leg into the ground. That's called rooting. And the energy come up, so the trees growing, the fruit trees, and bury the fruit year after year. The taller, so the seed give you rooting and give you growth, reaching to the sun. So the sun and the earth work so well together through us. So there's always 3 things. So that's the philosophy theory about it. Now, if you can find your scarf again, pause the video, find a long scarf like this, which I talked about last week, okay? So pause the video, go get them again. Okay, I think you're back. So the scarf right behind your back, under your scapula, okay? So that's the deep side of your lung, which is called the rib cage. The lung and the heart is most vital organ, so has a rib cage to protect it. Isn't that cool? This body just amazing, right? So I'm cross my arm, hold like this. I tighten a little bit. Okay, when the lung expands, sometimes it's a little hard to feel how to do that properly, because a lot of time I used to work at a assisted living home for a little bit. They always breathe in the chest. I say, Mrs. Smith, you're gonna breathe, right? That's scary. That's So when we teach you how to breathe, you're gonna breathe into the deep side of the lung, which is why back is much deeper. So it's actually expand from the side and back, not up here. It will fill up. Remember we talked about that last week? So what you're gonna feel while I do this, I want you to feel the muscle between the ribs, called it external and internal intercostal muscle. So now today we added the exhale, okay? So there are two tricks, right? The scarf help you to feel the inhale and the exhale from the rib cage. And exhale, I want you to feel what we just talked about, pelvic floor, right? The first responder pulls in that carbon dioxide through the mouth right now, okay? So because we're just learning, so we have to really focus on. If you exhale through the mouth, it's better for learning and doing heavy exercise, right? Lifting weights and running, right? Start panting, go, right? Then there's other ones through the nose. It's more calm. When you do slow, meaningful movement and insightful movement, which Tai Chi Chuan, you breathe through the nose. Once in a while, you go, ha! You use the mouth, ha! So you can feel the tummy more. Isn't that cool? Here we go. Lots of strategies. So don't hang on to one thing and that's all you believe. That's not good, okay? Because body, so many parts too. So here we go. Tall. Inhale, you feel the rib cage expand, which is goes are pressed against your scarf. Still sit tall, the air fills up softly. On the exhale, pelvic floor first responder, pursely below the L. The internal intercostal shrinks the lungs, right? And spine got taller. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale, pursely below the L, but start from pelvic floor first. First responder, your spine goes taller. Of course, you root it down. Inhale again. Exhale again. Remember that seed grows the root and the trees or the leaves. Inhale, last one. Exhale. See the first responder, right? Elixir feel. Help you feel down and up and relax. So the breathing help you feel the whole body. The nature, combine everything together. It is so powerful. It's not just simple. We like simple. But when you practice more and more, it becomes simple. Anything at the beginning is hard, which is fun. You want to have a curious mind. So I'm going to show you one more trick for today. Okay, so ready? Inhale, you feel the lungs, which you know already. So rib cage, you expand the external intercostal muscle. Exhale, pursely blow the air. Empty the lungs. Hold your breath for 3 counts. 1, don't breathe. 2, 3. Now slowly inhale. And slowly exhale. One more time. Only 3 counts holding your breath. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. And exhale. Through the mouth. And relax. Right? You want to share your experience? I'm going to share my experience because I can hear you, right? So what happened? That's 3 breath holding, right? It created what? An urgency, right? And it's like hunger. So your body say, I need oxygen. So you can feel the intercostal muscle, the lungs expanding the intercostal muscle, It's like the balloon, right? And exhale, so you create more. Those muscles are so important. If you sit slouching, you never use them. So if you have them, you don't use them, what you do? You waste a gift. So do not wasting any gift. This body is a gift. I mean, even you had cards and whatever, special after, right? The cover, right? You need to breathe. The breathing, the oxygen, you're gonna keep that so healthy. You know, cancer, whatsoever, all this disease and condition make you feel like fear, right? It's just feel a lot of fear. To combat the fear is actually get to know the body first. And now you build out, you say, oh my goodness, thank you. I have something very valuable. Of course, because you're going to take, right, use it for the rest of your life. So today, we learn the exhale, the function of the first responder, right, goes in. Or you don't know, contract in. So I do sit-ups, right? I'm going to contract, I'm going to do sit-ups, I'm going to contract my tummy in. I'm not pushing out. That's why so many people say I do a lot of sit-ups, but I hurt my back. Yes, because you keep pushing tummy out. If you don't understand this body, you can't do it right. So knowledge and education are so important. Copy is only the first thing, right? They inspire you. I watch somebody play piano so well. I say, I want to be like that, but I'm not going to be like that tomorrow, right? I'm going to start from do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, or play the guitar from the foundation. We lost the foundation, especially with exercise, because they tell you just do it. Okay, just do it is it's what inspiration. The inspiration, if it doesn't build with the knowledge, inspiration become what? Wishful thinking, right? A dream. You're gonna make the dream come true. You have to work. Okay, so now what else today we put it together, right? Inhale and exhale. We're gonna have more to talk about with the breathing because it's so amazing, and I don't want to dump down to you too much, so I'm break it down a little bit. Still a lot, right? But it's easier for you to digest. So hope I see you the part 3. This is the part 2. The part 3, we're going to talk about normal downward breathing, reversal downward breathing, and relaxation breath. Isn't that cool? I hope you like that. Okay, and I'll see you next week, and take good care. Keep practicing and become easy for you, right? Take good care.